Samuel chapter 17, verse 23. And Ahithophel saw that his advice was not followed. So he saddled his donkey and rose up and went home to his house, to his city. Then he gave command to his house and hanged himself and died. And he was buried in his father's burial site. In 1 Kings chapter 19, and when Ahab reported to Jezebel all that Elihu had done, also how he slew all the prophets with the sword, Jezebel sent a messenger to Elihu, saying, So let the mighty ones do to me, and more also, if I do not make your life as the life of one of them by tomorrow about this time. And he feared, and rose up and ran for his life, and went to Beersheba, which belongs to Judah, and left his servant there. But he himself went a day's journey into the wilderness, and came and sat down under a broom tree, and prayed that he might die, and said, It is enough. Now, by the name of God, take my life, for I am no better than my fathers. And he lay and slept under a broom tree, and see, a messenger touched him, and said to him, Rise, eat. And he looked and saw by his head a cake baked on coals, and a jar of water. So he ate and drank, and turned and lay down. And the messenger of the name of God came back the second time, and touched him, and said, Rise, eat, for the journey is too much for you. And he rose up and ate and drank, and went in the strength of that food 40 days and 40 nights as far as Horeb, the mountain of Elohim. And there he went into a cave and spent the night there. And see, the word of the name of God came to him, and said to him, What are you doing here, Elihu? And he said, I have been very jealous for the name of God, Elohim of hosts, for the children of Israel have forsaken your covenant. They have thrown down your slaughter places, and they have killed your prophets with the sword, and I am left, I alone, and they seek my life to take it. And he said, Go out and stand on the mountain before the name of God, and see the name of God pass by in a great and strong wind, tearing the mountains and breaking the rocks in pieces before the name of God. And the name of God was not in the wind. And after the wind, an earthquake. The name of God was not in the earthquake. And after the earthquake, a fire. The name of God was not in the fire. And after the fire, a still small voice. And it came to be when Elihu heard it, that he wrapped his face in his robe, and went out and stood at the cave opening. And see, a voice came to him and said, What are you doing here, Elihu?